Hello everyone and welcome back to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise here on Madden 21. Today it is wild card weekend, so we're going to go over the end of season stats today, and we'll go over all the wild card games. The Jaguars, of course, finished the year 13-3. They did lose last week to the Seattle Seahawks in a crazy overtime game with all these backups around, but they are the number one seed, and we do not have a game this week, so we are waiting to see who the lowest seed is that comes back, that survives the wild card weekend. So before we get into that, though, we'll go over all of the end of season stats and who won MVP and all the offensive defensive players of the year. So let's knock that out now. So Maurice Jackson finishes the year with 4,117 yards passing. That's good for third in Jaguars history. 36 touchdowns, which is number one, and beating out Blake Bortles. 10 interceptions. He was sacked 35 times and threw an 82-yard touchdown pass at one point. Obviously, quickly climbing up as one of the best quarterbacks in Jaguars history, even though that's not saying much. James Robinson finishes with 1,400 yards. He obviously didn't play in the last game of the season. Maurice Jackson finishes with almost 500 yards rushing and 10 rushing touchdowns. Jeff Wilson only played in the one game. He did finish with 73 yards. D.D. Westbrook, 7 carries, so pretty decent overall showing there. Passing the ball, DJ Chark had 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. Not as much as he had the previous year, but we had different targets here. We had Travis Allen, Laviska Shenault, and D.D. Westbrook all helping him out. Laviska Shenault finished with over 750 yards. That one catch he had put him over that. Colin Johnson had a huge game in the one game he played. Devin James played pretty well. So we overall threw the ball pretty well. Most sacks was given up by A.J. Cann. That was kind of expected. But everybody's sacks are now down from last year. Everybody played pretty well. Andrew Norwell missed 4 games, so he didn't have a full season. We gave up 2 sacks, but you're seeing that the line got a lot better. We got the ball out a lot quicker, I think, this year. So, yeah, I think the line was improved, even though there wasn't really a change in the offensive line, although Kyle Wood did come in and play pretty well. Miles Jack, 168 tackles, and Joe Schobert right behind him at 166. Sidney Jones, 104. He was a slot corner, so that's kind of expected. P.J. Williams was the guy we picked up in the preseason, so he did pretty well. Josh Allen, 19 sacks, breakout year for him. That is huge. He did not have, I think he had 10 sacks the previous year, or 2 years ago, and then 9 last year. Morgan Fox, 9 sacks, big free agent pickup. Caleb Jason got a start. Missed a lot of time, though, and he is now obviously out for the year. But he did have 9 sacks. Jerome Collins, the rookie, he had 7 sacks. He also missed some time with an injury. So we're at the hopefully get him back up to snuff. Trey Herndon, 5 interceptions, leading the team, including had a 100-yard pick 6 in week 16. Sidney Jones had 4. Jared Wilson had 3. C.J. Henderson finally came along with getting interceptions. Usually, he's just a tackling corner, but we kind of got a lot out of him. So I like what we got from this team in terms of interceptions and overall defensive play. It wasn't the greatest stretch. I think the defense was middle of the pack, but that's how it works. Maurice Jackson wins MVP, beating out Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Cam Newton. There's Brady, Bridgewater. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was actually nominated along with Russell Wilson, so that's pretty cool. Coach of the Year, Matt Hedrick, 13-3. We beat out everybody. We had the best overall record in the NFL, so nothing really much to say about that. That's a lot of guys we beat out. Victor Stranger was the new Jets coach. They went 10-6, now they're the number 3 seed. Demetrius Turner gets the Lions into the playoffs at 9-7. Offensive Player of the Year, Maurice Jackson, Obviously, he was MVP. James Robinson was actually in the running. Oh, Nick Chubb, Deshaun Watson. A lot of guys here that you would normally see. So, NFC Offensive Player was Kyler Murray. Even though, I don't know, the Cardinals won at 5-11, but I think there's Kyler Murray's a really good player, so that makes sense that happened. Defensive Player of the Year, DeForest Buckner. Yeah, we found that out in the last game we played against the Colts, where he had 5 sacks, and we ended up only winning 13-10. I don't think we even had anybody in the running, so despite Josh Allen getting 19 sacks, he wasn't enough. Offensive Rookie, of course, Maurice Jackson. Pretty good. Kid's pretty good, apparently. Doug Dawson from Cleveland. Travis Allen was on the list, so that was good to see. Defensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC, Alex Fisher. Just beat out Devin Myers Jr., Jimmy Rakowski. Jimmy Rakowski is like a 6th-round pick. Joe Burton from the Broncos. Anthony Tyson, that was a 1st-round guy. Chris Henderson. Sean Houston, I think, was a 1st-round guy. Maybe a 2nd-round guy. Yeah, 2 corners there from the Chargers. Best quarterback, Maurice Jackson, again, just had it all together this year. Taking on all the awards. Best running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire ends up winning it for the AFC, beating out James Robinson. Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry kind of had a slow year. He finished 5th. That's kind of crazy that he was that low. Best wide receiver, DJ Chark. We're winning all the awards. Keenan Allen, Jameson Crowder, Brandon Cooks, Diggs, Tyreek Hill, and Tyler Boyd. It was a pretty good company. Offensive lineman for the AFC was Ronnie Stanley. Beat out Quentin Nelson. Usually he takes that award pretty simply. Brandon Linder was actually nominated, so he gives it a running. And Andrew Norwell. So maybe if Norwell didn't get hurt, he'd be a little bit better off. Who knows? Defensive lineman, DeForest Buckner, of course. He won Defensive Player of the Year for the AFC, so makes sense that he beat these guys out. Best linebacker, Bradley Chubb. Logan Wilson, Ruben Foster. Is Josh Allen on here? He was at the bottom. 19 sacks, but he didn't really do too much outside of the sack, so that makes sense. Trevor Williams randomly wins defensive back. Don't think we had anybody. Oh yeah, we had Trey Herndon right there at the bottom, so that's good. Josh Lambo wins best kicker. Again, we'll take all the awards we can get. So, defensive side for the NFC. Best player of the year was Aaron Donald. That's interesting. Beating down all these pretty decent players. They had Trey Flowers actually have a pretty good season and come out in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year, Chad Walsh, the 2nd quarterback taken in this draft. Got the Saints to 8-8. They barely missed the playoffs because Washington actually won. Gary Norman, A.J. Davis, Logan Hill, Chris Stevenson, D.J. Woods. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Leon Chambers was a 6th or 7th round draft pick, and he had like 9 interceptions. He beats out Dante Taylor, 1st round pick of the Falcons. Josh Sullivan, Philip Battaglia was like the 3rd overall pick, or 5th, something like that. Lions defense drastically improved this year, I gotta say. Best quarterback in the NFC, Tom Brady. Even though Kyler Murray won Offensive Player of the Year, all right. And silly like that sometimes. Best running back is Zeke. That makes sense. Alvin Cook, Chris Carson, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Miles Sanders, Aaron Jones. Oh, Cam Akers and Saquon Barkley. Wide receiver Christian Kirk. Kind of a shock name to be putting up there, especially with all these receivers that are there. Josh Brooks almost was a rookie and he almost won. Best offensive lineman David Bakhtiari, that's fine. Best defensive lineman Aaron Donald, obviously he won Defensive Player of the Year. Dante Taylor was on the list. That's pretty good for a rookie. Best linebackers Zadarius Smith. So the Packers have some pretty good linebackers and overall defense. They are the number 2 seed, so That does make a lot of sense. Best DB, Leon Chambers, of course. Again, a guy 7th round pick. The Eagles had already taken a safety, and they had 2 rookie safeties, and that Leon Chambers ended up being the guy who got all the attention. So interesting. Blair Walsh wins best kicker. So let's move on. Justin Herbert threw for the most yards, 4,600. 4,500 for Matt Ryan, 4,500 for Tom Brady, 44 for Goff, Mahomes 43, Burrow 42. A lot of players. Matt Ryan, 14 years in the league. So there were 4,500 yards. The Falcons didn't even make playoffs. And most touchdowns goes to Maurice Jackson, 36, 3 more than Josh Allen. 72% completion percentage. Not bad. Most interceptions, Daniel Jones, 32. Goodness, that's not good. 28 for Russell Wilson, 23 for Joe Burrow. 32 interceptions. Daniel Jones, not a good year. NFL's leading rusher, James Robinson, 1,400 yards. Ezekiel Elliott. Derrick Henry did over 1,000 yards. We got 1,213. And led the league in touchdowns, I do believe. Let's check that. No, it was Nick Chubb, 17 touchdowns. Nick Chubb was in the running for MVP, actually, so that makes sense. He did not fumble. NFL's leading receiver, Keenan Allen, 1,400 yards, almost 1,500 yards, 7 touchdowns. Most catches goes to Christian Kirk. He had 111. And he's actually the only receiver who broke 100. Most touchdowns goes to DJ Chark. Beat Christian Kirk and Jameson Crowder by 1. Only 3 receivers getting double-digit per touchdowns. Defensively, the most tackles is Logan Wilson at 170. Miles Jack and Joe Schobert are right there. 168, 166. Roquan Smith, 166. NFL's sack leader is DeForest Buckner, who sets the record at 24 sacks. I wonder why he won Defensive Player of the Year. Zarius Smith at 20. Obviously, these aren't complete, but Josh Allen had 19. So, NFL's leading interceptor, Trevor Williams and Leon Chambers both had 7. Ready to see it? Leon Chambers, 7 for 151. I'm not sure what scheme that they play a backup safety, but he is all been there. He's a ball hawk. Jaguars were the number 1 total offense. I think that's pretty good from last year when they were like 30th. NFL's best passing team is the Chargers, and the best running team is the Ravens. That also makes sense. We were only one of 3 teams to get over 2,000 yards of total team rushing. Points per game is the Jacksonville Jaguars, 34. We were 6 points ahead of the Chiefs. That's kind of nuts. 40 passing touchdowns. Of course, 36 of those were Maurice Jackson. 4 were Gardner Minshew, who had that great, crazy game that we had in Week 17 against the Seahawks. We had the, 7th or 8th most first downs. Most first downs went to the Titans. NFL's best defense was the Green Bay Packers, Ravens, Bucks. Where are we here? Jaguars. Boy, we're kind of far down this list. There we go. Halfway there. About the 10th or 15th rushing best defensive team. Not great, but it was an improvement because the season before, they were worse defense. So, the worst defense was the Chargers. Pass defense was the Packers. Where are the Jaguars here? Oof. We're probably going to be way down at the bottom here because we actually gave up a lot of passing yards. There it is, 40, 52. Yeah, we were the 28th ranked pass defense. Best rush defense was the Jets. Jaguars, there we are. We did not allow a lot of rushing yards. I don't think anybody really had a huge game against Jacksonville. So. I think anybody had it. Points allowed. The Packers, 266 points. Jaguars, like a top 15 team there. Most sacks. Least sacks to the Raiders. 86 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That is an NFL record. They beat the 85 Bears, who had like 75. They beat them by 11 sacks. We had 59 sacks. That's a crazy number. Okay, most interceptions goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who had 30. We had 22. Yeah, so I think we did pretty well there. I think we were looking at conversions. We were the best third down converting team in the NFL. 83% on fourth down, 5 of 6. It's tied for first. 1 for 1 on 2-point conversions. They didn't really go for that many. The worst is Pittsburgh for third down conversions. 37%. The Giants were at 37%. The Raiders were at 37%. A lot of these teams just not good on third down. But I think that also has to do with the way the game is. That most of these quarterbacks are taking checkdowns. It doesn't work that way. Red zone efficiency, the Patriots were the number 1 team, 91%. That's kind of a staggering number. Defensively in the red zone, I think the Patriots, looks like the Packers might be number 1. Penalties, we had 17 penalties total in the year. That's not realistic. 17 was by far the least. 61 penalties from the Colts and Chargers. I guess at least there's a variance. Best turnovers. The Jets are plus 17. Jaguars were plus 10. Worst were the Giants, the Bengals, the Patriots at minus 9. 32 interceptions for the Giants. Well, that about wraps that up, so let's get into wildcard. Starting with the Lions, traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Here in the first quarter, it's Russell Wilson. He's going to take off, and there's no Lions defenders to bring him down. He picks up 29 yards on the drive, gets him down to the 10-yard line. A couple of plays later, Russell Wilson tries to fire outside. He gets intercepted by Justin Coleman to stop that drive. The Lions don't do anything with the ball, and then they can't tackle Tyler Lockett. He goes into the end zone. He puts the Seahawks on top, 7-0. Lions end up driving down and get a touchdown here from Quintus Cephas to tie the game at 7. Russell Wilson tried to do some more magic here. He's going to scramble out of the pocket, and then he's just going to launch this one downfield. It gets caught by Will Dissly on the comeback to the football. That's just kind of that kind of day. The Lions end up holding there, and the field goal attempt is short. So the Lions with a chance to take the lead, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs on that one. Stops the Lions drive. Seahawks drive it down. Chris Carson gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. Puts the Seahawks on top, 14-7. Seahawks trying to increase the lead, but another interception thrown by Russell Wilson. That's going to stall that drive right before halftime. And the Lions are able to capitalize with 9 seconds left. Stafford able to hit Quintus Cephas again in the end zone for a touchdown. It goes into halftime, tied at 14. Lions try to take their first lead of the game as Matt Stafford finds Kevin Hall, the exciting rookie, second-round draft pick who had 5 catches at that point. And the field goal here from Matt Prater is going to put the Lions on top 17-14. Russell Wilson trying to get his team down the field, but there's a good stop from the Lions defense. They force a field goal here, and again, it's a little bit short, but it does go in. 17. Russell Wilson able to find Will Dissly. He goes into the end zone. The Seahawks retake the lead here, 24-17. Lions, 6 minutes trying to get back into this one. And Matt Stafford is going to throw this one and complete it to Kevin Hall again on a 3rd and 13 to keep their drive alive. Like I said, Kevin Hall is fantastic. Lions trying to get something going down the drive, but Bobby Wagner nails DeAndre Swift. He fumbles. The recovery from Wagner, he will take it all the way back to the end zone for the touchdown and make it 31-17. Lions, last bit of effort, last gasp here for the Lions, but it's an interception to seal this one from Jamal Adams. He almost runs it back, but he does get taken down, but it doesn't matter. At the end, it is a kneel down here, and it's a 31-17 victory. Lions with a gritty effort, but could not get the win. The Jets and Pittsburgh. It's going to be Phil Lindsay here with another first down run as the Jets looking to have a great playoff run here. It's a completion here to Jamison Crowder. This is all on the opening drive for the Jets. They just really time-consuming drive. 3rd and 12, however, Darnold is sacked by Cam Hayward, and that ends that drive, which leads to a field goal from the New York Jets, and they take the lead 3-0. Jets still in the first quarter here. Here's another great throw from Darnold, able to hit Crowder yet again for a first down. Darnold again. This time he goes long. And what a reception by Tim Patrick. Coming over from Denver, he gets the ball down to the 2-yard line. And the Jets on the very 2 plays later are going to score. It's Philip Lindsay able to get into the end zone. It's 10-0 Jets. Jets continue to add to their lead as a field goal here. With 5 minutes left in the second quarter, makes it 13-0. Then they get the ball right back, and they kick yet another field goal to go up 16-0 all before halftime. Pittsburgh trying to do something to get back in this game, and this is pretty much the highlight of their day. A pass interference call is going to give them the ball inside of the Jets' red zone. Are they able to find something on this one? As Ben Roethlisberger is finally able to hit Deontay Johnson for a touchdown. That makes it 16-7. Jets on a 4th and 1, give it to Lindsay. He plows into the end zone for another touchdown. The Jets are now up 23-6. They get the ball back late in the fourth quarter. Why not give it to, this is actually the backup running back, Ty Johnson, getting into the end zone to make it 30-6. Last chance for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're trying what got a little bit of momentum earlier in the game, but this one is actually picked off by Bless Austin, and that will pretty much wrap this one up for the Jets. Pittsburgh just trying anything, and that pass is knocked down by C.J. Mosley to officially end this one. The Jets win 30-6 over Pittsburgh. Carolina visiting Dallas here in the first quarter. Little dump off here to Zeke. Zeke makes a couple of guys miss, races upfield, gets out of bounds. If they have stuff like that happen, you know it's going to be a long game if you're on defense. A 2nd and 5 here. Little pass in the middle to Blake Jarwin. He gets upfield and into Panther territory. So the Cowboys are on the move. The drive, however, stalls. And to end the first quarter, it's a field goal here from the Cowboys, and they go up 3-0. Panthers 5 minutes left in the second quarter. What a pass here to Robbie Anderson. He breaks a couple of tackles. He gets inside the 10-yard line, setting up the Panthers for the 1st and goal. Can the Panthers score here? Sure they can. Chris Stevenson, the rookie running back, takes it into the end zone, and he gives the Panthers a 7-3 lead over Dallas. Cowboys, right before halftime, able to get yet another field goal to make it 7-6. Cowboys driving inside the Panther red zone in the second half. The pass is completed to that's Michael Gallup. Cowboys on a 3rd and goal. Hey, wide open is Blake Jarwin for the touchdown. And that puts Dallas on top 12-7 as they miss a 2-point conversion. And then Christian McCaffrey starts getting busy. Get a nice run from him. Getting up to the 39-yard line. Teddy Bridgewater not having the greatest day, but here's another great catch. That's Robbie Anderson again. He came to play today. There was no question about that. Panthers taking it into the 4th quarter. They will get a field goal here. Now 4:25. They take a 13-12 lead in the waning moments. So it's up to Dak Prescott. That pass is intercepted right here. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Panthers looking to put this game away, but it's actually intercepted again. They turn it over right back. That was actually Wilson making that pick. So now, with 1 minute and 15 seconds, can the Cowboys get in the field goal range? Well, this is a good start here. Tony Pollard gets him up to the 44-yard line. Dallas getting into Carolina territory. Good run here from Dak Prescott. Then they beat the blitz here with a Michael Gallup catch. They are now inside the 15. Another give. It's Tony Pollard. He races it all the way down to the goal line. And with 8 seconds left, it's a chip shot field goal, an 18-yard kick. And now, with no time left, it's a sack by Jaylen Brown, and the Cowboys will hold off Carolina 15-13. Patriots at the Ravens, and Lamar Jackson, he's doing Lamar Jackson things, making a nice move here, spins off a Stephon Gilmore, gets well inside of Patriot territory. Patriots getting the Ravens to a 4th and 1, trying to halt the drive. But, as John Harbaugh, he's a gambler. J.K. Dobbins picks up the first down. Then another blitz, and wide open in the end zone is Devin Funchess for the touchdown. And the Ravens go on top, 7-0 over New England. Ravens get the ball back. The throw way downfield is complete. That's Devin Duvernay making that grab it. From the start here, it looks like the Ravens are going to have quite the time. Ravens, however, had a problem stopping Cam Newton. It's a problem with both teams seem to have stopping running quarterbacks. Cam here, completing this one. Good stiff arm by Sony Michel to pick up a key 3rd down. That got the Patriots into field goal range. They kick the field goal. They are down 7-3. Patriots just relying on Cam Newton and Cam Newton's legs, and Cam fumbles the ball here, but fortunately for the Patriots, it does go out of bounds. And look at that, hitting Jacoby Myers over the middle. Another big catch and run down to the 7. And then they complete it with Jacoby Myers scoring yet again in the end zone. And he puts the Patriots on top 7-3. Patriots then have to punt, but is a running into the kicker penalty on 4th and 1. And that will give the Patriots the ball back so they can continue to drive. Bad penalty there for the Ravens on Noah Grimes, a rookie. It's 13-7 after this field goal here. And we are into crunch time in the fourth quarter. Cam able to hit Jamal Daniels, rookie, and then another costly penalty for the Ravens. A face mask. That's 15 added yards onto that play on Melvin Ingram, who for some reason was in coverage there. Cam able to hit Jacoby Myers again. Jacoby takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. Patriots get 2 on the next play and go up 21-7. So if the Ravens are going to make a move, they got to make one. But a strip by Dante Hightower of J.K. Dobbins. Josh Uche recovers the fumble. Patriots run another fake punt. It's special teams play. If you're going to play against the Patriots, you got to remember, be ready for anything. Patriots, however, don't get anything out of it. J.K. Dobbins fumbles again on a play. It's recovered by Jason Jones, and he will take it into the end zone to make it 28-7. And the Ravens falling apart after getting the 2nd seed, losing to the 7th seed New England Patriots. Lamar Jackson says, fine, I'll do it myself. Trying to get the Ravens just a little bit of life here. Trying to do anything he can. 4th and 11 with less than 2.5 to play. Cam's pass is knocked down, and the Patriots are able to run out the rest of the clock, and they win 28-7. Washington, the 7th seed, getting the 2 seed Green Bay Packers. Packers looking to take advantage early as Aaron Rodgers goes long, but he gets picked off. And Washington looks like they're ready to play today. They get the stop there. Get to give to Antonio Gibson here on 2nd down. He gets an easy, huge hole in a 1st down. I was very impressed watching this game with Washington and how gutsy they were. Ron Rivera calling a fullback dive here on 4th and 2. He does get the 1st down. It's marked right. 4th and inches. Well, we went for it on 4th and 2. Why not go for it here on 4th and inches? The pass outside is complete to Antonio Gibson for a 1st down. Washington trying to they're not taking any chances here. Not going to be denied whenever they get the opportunity to get some points. There's a completion to Terry McLaurin, and then Antonio Gibson caps off the drive and puts Washington on top 7-0 over the Packers. Green Bay, however, not going to be denied. Aaron Rodgers completes it over the middle to Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He gets into the red zone for the Packers, and they look to answer back, and it's Aaron Jones just cutting it off to the right side. He scores. The game is tied at 7. Packers try to score here before the half. Aaron Rodgers with a nasty pass in there to Valdez-Scantling again. And then a field goal right before half gives the Packers the lead. Packers looking to continue here in the 3rd quarter. Rifled but intercepted. Picked off again. That's Kendall Fuller making that interception. Washington, again, not going away. They drive down the field. Here's a completion again. That one caught by the backup, by the tight end Gerald Everett. And then Washington go ahead and cap off this drive. Everett gets the catch, and he fights his way into the end zone. And it's 14-10. Washington is on top of Green Bay, putting them on upset alert. Jameis Winston, yeah, he's out here trying to win too, as he stiff arms a man and picks up a 1st down. So the Washington drive stalls. They kick a field goal here. They go up 17-10. 8 minutes to go here in the game. Down to 5 minutes here. Aaron Rodgers just does get this out there, and he completes it somehow to Marquez Valdez-Scantling down to the 17-yard line. What a catch that was. 4 minutes to play, and the give this time goes to Mike Weber, a backup running back, and he takes it into the end zone, and this game is tied at 17. 30 seconds to play. A give it to Antonio Gibson, and he gets inside the 10-yard line. Washington calls a timeout. They are ready to kick this field goal, and then they don't. Maybe Ron Rivera got a little confused as to how many timeouts they actually had, but they go into half, or they go at the end of the game, we got to go to overtime. Here we see Jameis Winston. Yeah, he's still trying to win. And when he fumbles the ball, luckily it goes out of bounds. He was fortunate like Cam Newton there was. But the Washington football team can't score. Another ridiculous catch here for Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Just all over the field today with his grabs. Washington getting inside the 10-yard line here, pretty much wrapping it up. Marquez Valdez-Scantling yet again. Finishing this one off, the Packers go to a fourth down. I don't even know why they played the other 3 downs. And they do kick the field goal, and they do win this one in overtime, 20-17. And the final game, Chiefs and Texans. Pat Mahomes able to hit Travis Kelce here early here in the first quarter. Big 23-yard catch. The story of this game really was the Texans defense, which came up with a ridiculous amount of sacks on Patrick Mahomes to keep the Chiefs offense quiet. Matt Breida and Andre Green, the 2 running backs for Houston, were very effective. And then we get a field goal here from the Houston Texans. They go up 3-0. Chiefs trying to get something going here. Good catch here from Tyreek Hill up to midfield. Pat Mahomes, play action. He's going to launch it deep, but it's batted around and then finally intercepted by Garyon Conley, who takes it in the end zone, but the ball was ruled at the 1-yard line, and the Texans will get the turnover, but they can't get anything going. Garyon Conley striking again, making yet another interception of Patrick Mahomes. His second on the day. Texans still with that 3-0 lead. Not a lot of offensive highlights here, but a good catch here from Brandon Cooks. Getting down the field. 24 more. Chiefs finally get the ball back, drive down the field, and they will kick this field goal. Harrison Butker knocks it through. We're tied at 3. Chiefs trying to get something going. It's intercepted again. The 3rd interception of the game of Patrick Mahomes. This one by Margic McKinney. Texans drive down the field. And a touchdown there for Brandon Cooks. And that makes it 10-3. Houston trying to put the game away. And it's knocked away. So the Chiefs will have an opportunity. They give up a stop on 4th down, so it's 10-3. The Chiefs, 4th and 5. The pass is knocked down, and the Houston Texans, Garyon Conley, beat the Chiefs 10-3 and walk away with a win. And that's where we stand. We are going to be playing the New England Patriots. The Jets will play the Texans. Tampa Bay will host Dallas, and Green Bay will host Seattle. That is the official divisional round. And that's where we're going to leave this one. We will be playing the Patriots. The one team in this whole thing that I didn't want to play is the Houston Texans. I thought the Chiefs might be able to beat the Texans, but they did not. That's one of the 2 teams that beat us. Buffalo was the other team, and they're out of the playoffs. So, I don't know. I'm not. I'm ready to play the Patriots. I just don't want to see the Houston Texans, to be perfectly honest with you. But we'll see how that works out as we move forward in that. So it's the divisional round, and we are taking on the New England Patriots. Really, it's all about containing Cam Newton for us. They do have a pretty good running game with Sony Michel, But I feel like if they want to beat us on the ground, I'm more than willing to let that happen with a running back and not Cam Newton. So that's about it for them offensively. I mean, they have Jamal Daniels, he's really good. But I'm more concerned about defensively and their ability to take the ball away. I think if we just concentrate and do what we've been doing, we already took care of the Patriots once in week 1. I feel like we can do this again. So that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time when we take on the New England Patriots and hopefully get one step closer to the Super Bowl. Please feel free to leave a like and a comment, maybe subscribe, and I'll see you then when we take on New England.